Hey guys, it's Cal from the Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this consultation series. We're going to give you all kinds of tips and tricks for effectively and properly lighting up your home. If you want to get your free consultation, just shoot me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca. Send me a few pictures and we'll give you a video presentation of what lights are going to work best with your property, or go and visit us at lightingdoctor.ca or go check out all our videos on YouTube. Hey guys, so for this project what we're doing is, I met with the homeowner last night and we kind of talked about a plan and went around, picked some areas that we think are going to look really good with different types of lights. And today what we're doing is we're going to go place all our lights, wire all our lights, make sure everything's working, and come back at night and just make any small adjustments, make sure everything is where we want it, and whether we need to add or take away any lights. And I'd recommend with any of your projects, do that. Just set up your lights. You don't have to bury anything permanently, but at least see what it looks like for one night, and then come back and bury everything once you're happy. So that's what we're doing on this project. Like I said, we're using really 3 different lights. We're using some wash lights, some up lights, some path lights, and really excited to be using this. It's a new brass wash light from FX Luminaire. Really good quality, really durable, and really well priced for a good brass light. There's a lot of brass lights you can buy on there, but I've just found that a lot of them are very cheap. So I'm glad that FX Luminaire has come out with kind of a new series that fits this need of a really good quality brass light, but at a reasonable cost. So that's what we're going to be using here, and we're going to be using in a lot of areas like this. So you see this tree behind me is a little bit wider. Just instead of using a typical uplight, this wash light is going to spread that light a little bit wider of an angle and a little bit softer. So we're going to be using it on a lot of trees and shrubs in this property like this, as well as some really nice rock features that they have around the property. So that's where this light is really good for, as well as different stonework. You kind of see the house behind me there. It's got some nice stonework. So that's where we're going to use a light like this, and I recommend in your projects. Anytime you have that, a low-lying shrub or bush, trees like this, some nice stonework, some nice rock faces, it's a really good place to use it. We're also going to be using this in the creek bed, which I'll show you in a bit, which is kind of a cool concept. Hey guys, so you can probably see behind me, obviously the ocean and stuff, but there's also this nice dry creek bed that runs all the way down. And instead of just setting out a bunch of path lights along it that are going to shine down, which is another really good way to do it also, what we're going to be using is we're actually going to be using our wash lights. Because it's a dry creek bed, we're actually going to have the lights down in the bed, kind of just glazing the bottom and the rocks, and all the little stone features. So it's just a different way to light a creek bed. Again, path lights would be a good way to do this if you kind of stagger them around the creek. I just like doing something a little different, so that's the other thing we're going to use this light for. Hey guys, so here's another example where I'm going to use this wash light. As you see this beautiful rock work behind me, we're going to use this to, again, just put a nice subtle, gentle light on it. That's going to give us a wider beam, so it's going to capture more of this rock, and we're going to get a lot of reflection back down, and we're going to get some, on the nice rhododendrons and different plants that are in here without having to throw a bunch of path lights. It's just, you can get some really good reflection off this, so it's another really good use for a wash light. Hey guys, so once you've got your lights selected, again, the next step is really just going to starting to place your lights where you think they're going to look best. You're going to want to come back at night anyway and see how they look when they're actually lit up. But usually what I do, just to get started, I've got my lights, I've kind of placed them everywhere around the property that I'm going to bury them or place them. Then I grab my shovel, I just dig a small hole so that I can get that ground stake started. And then to make sure it's really secure, especially with a path light. And that's why you guys want to get something that's got a good ground stake. I mean, this is an 8-inch, super durable, super heavy duty ground stake. And that's why we use stuff like FX Luminaire in all our projects. We get asked all the time, is there other brands out there? And of course there is, but we only offer what I know that I can guarantee and that I've worked with, and that is really good bang for your buck. So that's why we install these, because of little things like that. You just get a super duty ground stake, you get a really durable light, and then I go around and I take my rubber mallet to really make sure I get that light nice and secure, especially for path light, because they are a little bit taller. They're more prone to getting knocked over and stuff, so I want to make sure that's nice and secure. So with my ground stake, I'm just going to pound that in, make sure I get it as level as possible. Take my fixture now and screw it in there, and then I'm going to kind of step back and make sure that it's, it's nice and straight, and leave an extra a nice little hole by the light so that I can do all my wiring connections, bury that up, come back at night, see how it looks, and then tomorrow I'll come back and we'll just bury everything. But pretty simple, just get those lights placed, use a rubber mallet. It's going to save you a lot of headache and to make sure that light gets a lot more durable in the ground. Hey guys, as you can see here in this project, we've used a couple of up lights. We've got a lot of wash lights because we have a lot of lower, wider shrubs that we really want to disperse that light out. But then we do have some nice feature trees all over the property. We've got some where they're really feature tree fruits. We actually got 2 or 3 lights on them, but pretty simple. I mean, these are definitely the most popular, what you see all the time. The biggest mistake I see a lot of people doing is a lot of times they'll put them too close to the tree and it just creates this big hot spot. If you're trying to light the trunk, you want to have it about 12 to 18 inches back to do that. If it's a tree where you got lots of nice foliage and stuff that you want to highlight, that might be where you got to use 1 or 2 lights and move them further back from the tree and have them shine up in the foliage more. One thing I like to do, if it's a bigger tree like that, I'll actually have 1 light that'll light up the stem like this, and then maybe 1 or 2 lights on the side that will just catch the, you know, the canopy of that tree to really give it some nice light. So on this project, like I said, wash lights, up lights, and then we've also got some path lights, but more to highlight a little bit of paths, but doing some nice rock work as well. Hey guys, so the final light that we've chosen in this project is we're using some path lights. So you can see along me, there's a few of them, but we've got them spread out pretty sparsely. I mean, they're roughly about 15 feet. That'll cast lots of light because what we're using this for is we have a nice retaining rock wall here, and usually I like to use like an undercap light, but because this has already been built and this is kind of an afterthought, without having to rip up the rock wall, we got to find a different way to do that. So we're going to use some path lights to kind of do 2 things. One, it's going to light the garden up a little bit, but then the light's going to kind of cascade over the rock wall. It's going to light this pathway in between the garage and the beds, as well as throw some light down on the wall. We've only got 3 in this long stretch of area, so again, you don't need to have tons of lights. You just gotta place them properly and make the best use. And it's always better off to start with fewer lights, see how it looks, and then you can add on down the road. So that's why we've used path lights, and mainly for this reason in this application. So again, fun project with some path lights, some up lights, and some wash lights, all using them a little bit differently. Hey guys, we just wrapped up our project here in Nanaimo last night. We went back yesterday after we had seen it the first night. We made sure all the lights were where we wanted. We did end up removing a couple and replacing a couple in some different areas. That's why I always suggest going back at night, because you never know what it's gonna look like until you can see it at night. So we went and did that, and yesterday we just buried all the wire, cleaned everything up, hooked up the transformers to our Wi-Fi timers, and we're all set to go. So I mean, like any of our projects, it's always best to go back and look at night. And when I talk in our videos, we always use the best quality products. So that's why when you go on our website and you see that stuff, you know that's the stuff that that we put in ourselves. We're based out of Calgary. Nanaimo is 12 hours plus a ferry ride away, so I want to make sure whatever I'm putting in the ground is going to last, and it's going to be there for a long time, so I don't have to make that trip back a whole bunch. So if it's good enough for us, then hopefully it's good enough for you. So go check out our website. You can, now we have a try it before you buy it offer where you can buy 1 light at a discounted rate. If you like it, great, you keep it at that discounted rate and you can get whatever kits you want. If you don't like it, you send it back to us and you get a full refund. But we believe in these lights so much, and know that you're going to be impressed with the quality. And again, as always, if you have questions and you want to consult on your property before you decide to go and put in some lights, then please do email me at cal@lightingdoctor.ca and send your questions and your comments either below this video or email them to me directly, and I look forward to seeing you on the next project. Thanks guys. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video presentation with some great tips and tools of how to go and properly and effectively light up your landscape. And be sure, if you want your own free consultation video, just send me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca with a few pictures of your property, and we'll get back to you with some really cool ideas and ways to go and effectively light your property. And be sure to watch the videos after this one for more tips on how to install landscape lighting, as well as how to light up your landscape the best way possible.